welcome to Audiotree Live. My name is Rita Lukea. Today's date is Thursday, August 10th, 2023. We have an amazing show for you today in the studio. We have Spoonbenders all the way from Portland, Oregon. The session you're about to hear is available right now on your favorite streaming platform through the Audiotree artist profile. So please follow us over there and please subscribe to us here on YouTube as well. We really want you to be able to keep up with all of the new and exciting talent we discovered just for you, just like this band Spoonbenders, who's about to shred you to pieces. So whenever you're ready, take it away, guys. Spoonbenders. That was killer.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, man. How is everybody doing? How is tour going?
It's going really well. Yeah.
Is it true that this is your first U.S. tour?
Yes. This is our first full U.S. We've only done West Coast
Okay.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I heard you guys came from Idaho last night, and it was like a 2-day drive.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of drives like that on this tour? Just like ass kickers?
That was the big one.
That was
so we
okay.
got that over with already.
And you guys are still here. You guys are still friends.
Yeah.
So
We're good.
Yeah.
we're good. Any other drama? I mean, I also heard your tour van got stolen.
Yeah. That was last year. It got stolen twice.
Double homicide.
Yeah.
Twice in a month, yeah.
It was
Yeah.
on the
Twice
news,
in a month?
though.
Yeah, in a month.
It was within like 5 days of each other. It was like
Something like
back
that.
to back.
Yeah. Yeah. It was interesting.
How did you guys find it? And then you got it returned, and then it got stolen again.
Yes.
And then you got it again.
Yes.
Is that the same tour van you're touring in now?
No.
Okay.
No, she's dead.
She's dead.
She
She's
got
rest in
ripped
peace.
apart. Yeah.
Rest in
yeah.
peace, Boris.
Yeah, Boris is dead for sure. Yeah, we found it. I think it was like after a snowstorm or before a snowstorm. But there was like some dude that found some guy trying to rip the cat out from under it, and then he like called the news, and then
I'm
Fox
calling the
News.
news.
Yeah, so it was like a Fox News thing. And then we were like tagged, and they were like, "That's your van." And I was like, "Why is it on Fox News?" And then we got it back, but it was like shredded.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
That's
That's an
whatever.
insane. That's an insane story.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has to get their
Tour van
Their
stolen twice.
stuff stolen if you are in a band. You have to have your stuff stolen. It's a requirement.
Yeah, no, we're not.
Yeah,
not
no.
Knock
racist.
on wood right
Speak
there.
for yourself.
We already got it over with. We're good.
So you guys just released a new record. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Will you tell me a little bit about everyone's at home is dying to know, like where you recorded it, who you worked with?
Yeah, so we recorded it in Portland, Oregon.
Trash Treasury
where
Studios.
It's like in the basement of our practice.
Our
It's
old-
like this big old building that has a bunch of practice
Old cement
spaces.
factory.
Yeah, it
Oh,
used
dope.
to be the
Yeah.
cement factory. But yeah, there's like a sick recording studio that this guy Cameron Spees made, and it's called Trash Treasury, and he's done some really good work. He recorded 40 Feet Tall from Portland, Blackwater Holy Light, and he's just a homie. So yeah, it was really fun recording with him because we wrote these songs like all throughout that long pandemic space. And then when we got into the studio, we kind of like rewrote things or wrote things like right on the fly.
Oh, cool.
So it just like really freshened it up for us, thank God, because we had been sitting on those songs, and it was just like super inspiring, and he's amazing and pulls really good ideas out of us. So it was like a great experience. I loved him.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
the record's a shredder, so congrats.
Thank you, dude.
Thanks.
Yeah, dude. And I mean, you guys have like a pretty strong DIY mentality. And if you're watching at home on YouTube after this, if there's like a play next, like go watch their music videos because Katie directs everything.
Yeah, me and Velvet did the last, most recent one, and I love being DIY. It's so sick, but we come from, Portland has like all of these DIY people, so like they really make it. Like it's just like
It's
Curtis.
like a community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our friend Curtis Matthew is like a director in Portland, and he does everything himself. He's just such a jack of all trades when it comes to stuff like that. And so he's like, we kind of treat him and like our photographer Harper and everybody like they're literally band members. In a way.
Totally. It's like the house of spoonbenders, you know?
Which is so sick because
Yeah.
it's like such a familial dynamic.
Yeah.
And we can all just like keep being creative and like be very comfortable with each other and just get things going as soon as we have an idea.
Totally.
So yeah.
Instead of like the corporate, like trickle down, like the campaigns where it's like a year long and.
That's so boring.
And just
It
like
is.
begging
Takes
to make art.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just like, I just want to make art.
Please.
And
Yeah.
especially the like pandemic's over, like I am dying and like hallucinating at home and
Yeah.
need to just like talk about it. And
Yeah.
then you want to like, I don't know. There's more immediacy when you do it yourself.
Yeah, and I think that's like the way I'd like to continue, because when you get an idea that it won't last forever, for you to have like a gusto attitude behind it, like just get in there and have everything kind of like hot and ready.
Yeah.
And our homies in Portland like make it so special and attainable.
Shout out to the homies.
Shout out to the homies for sure.
Who is rocking the pedal that you guys made? So will you tell me about this? You worked with a pedal builder.
Yeah, like that goes in line with Portland too. I work at a music store called Hank's Music Exchange in Portland, which is the best music store in Portland, and you should go. And
put some respect on it.
Yeah, it's the best. But I met this really rad dude that there's a lot of pedal builders over there, and Dirty Haggard Audio is a local builder, and we just were like super chummy, and he was like, dude, what if we built a pedal? And I was like, that's an unattainable idea.
Shout out to Nick.
That's not for me.
You're like, no, that could never happen.
I don't know anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I was like, well, I really want like a good overdrive. And so I think we basically just like mapped the pedal around the fact that I wanted an overdrive and I can't afford new stuff. And Leo wanted a phaser and they can't afford new stuff. So we had him make an overdrive phaser, but it's very cool and interesting.
Is it on one of your boards? Can we get a camera?
We all have our boards.
A camera? Oh, you all have it?
I think so.
Cameras, Can we pan down? Can we see this? Who has their own pedal, you guys?
I don't know.
I'm just like, when I heard this, I was like, I mean, people like, I've heard like synth collaborations and stuff, and I don't know, it's just really cool. It's sick.
The coolest thing that's ever happened to me. It's insane.
Okay.
I have one, but I can't plug it into anything.
We'll figure that out.
Yeah, wait.
On the cymbals.
Give it time.
Well, keeping that in mind, people watching at home, people like, when you rip into the next songs, like I'm like thinking like, you have a custom pedal. Like it's crazy. So, all right, whenever you're ready, I'm like, now I'm gonna be like watching and like, it's crazy. Whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Okay.
Strychnine, a hot spray, and a
That one was a heater.
Thank you.
Olivia, you're killing it.
Thank you so much.
So you guys just released your record, How Things Repeat.
Yeah. Yes.
We gotta do it. This is my thing. I love to torture people about their lyrics and interrogate them. But let's dig a little bit deeper. I want to talk about the lyrics. In the song you just played, Strychnine. First of all, I had to Google what that means because I didn't know. But the lyrics, divine, design, bloodline, like rung out super clear to me. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like I love like the intensity and like how mythological those lyrics are. Like, will you explain a little bit more what that song means to you?
Yeah, it is intense. I guess it's just like me going into my 20s and just being like, it's so...
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 26.
Okay.
I wrote this like a while ago.
Okay.
So if I can remember...
That's impressive.
Thank you. I just was like, I cannot think of having a child. That is so weird.
Uh-huh.
And my mom was about my age when she had a kid, and I was like, it's just strange. I was just kind of analyzing family dynamic, I guess, and like having that baby. Most people have babies because they love babies and they want babies.
Right.
But like a lot of people have babies because they want a mini them, or they have a lot of like plans and expectations for this lineage to go on. And I was just kind of having a little analyze time on that concept, and just like kind of wanting, like having such an important thing for so many people in like the Western, in a lot of cultures, of just like having your family, your blood, that is so important, similar blood type, everything. You are me.
Yeah,
I am
and
you.
passing down beliefs and like indoctrinating like political, religious, social, and creating like another you and like propagating yourself basically and just like continuing it. Yeah,
and I think that coming from my family dynamic, they're all from different countries and stuff like that. So it was just kind of like the American. I just didn't have anything in common with them, and so like, but loved them, but like I don't feel like the blood did that much. But yeah. It's just kind of that idea.
Okay.
That's it.
Fierce. The other one I wanted to talk about was Rival, because like my favorite form of song is a diss track.
Nice.
Is Rival about your rival, or am I like totally off mark? Tell me.
You're not off mark.
Okay.
Well, it was a little bit like when I wrote that song, and that was a while ago, but I totally remember how it went down. I was like, I'm gonna write a song that's like totally talking shit about this situation. And like I was in my very first relationship, and it kind of like over time, because it's such a long song, developed into me just kind of having like a rivalry with myself of just like, weird, I am loving this person like for them, and kind of like being that rock for them, but I'm getting something out of that. Why? And that's weird. And like, is that really selfless, or am I trying to get something out of some kind of like validation from that? So it's a funny, weird song. A lot of people think that's like a literally romantic love song in a good way, and it's like, it is a love song, but it's like totally just kind of like analyzing myself and like why I do the things that I do as a young kid that I was.
Yeah, and then like all of the song movements too, and like how the structure of the song and how things keep changing, like thematically, like with what you're saying, like kind of gives me like you're having like realizations or like paradigm shifts where like your reality shifts and like you think it's over, but now we're back, but now we're like going double time, now we're going half time, like relationships and like the tumultuous like going through that journey, like
it was a journey of how to learn how to be in a relationship. Well, I still haven't figured that, but it's like
me neither.
I was just right in there. Yeah.
So obviously you're the main songwriter, but like in terms of like composition and like the band and how things work, will you tell me a little bit how like songs are made with this group? For sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's changing all the time because I started playing guitar. I learned guitar to start this band, so it wasn't, I had no idea what I was doing.
Fair enough.
And so like as time has passed, I'm like changing the way that I'm developing the songs that I'm writing, but a lot of the time I'll come in, I write on bass usually because I love that instrument and so helpful for writing. And then I'll bring that bass line in and be like, do your thing on it, Velvet, like switch it up. And then I will write a guitar line that will complement what Leo's shredding and their idea, because they have like really, really, really amazing on the spot visions for things, which is awesome. And then Olivia will fill it out and make it sound good. So a lot of the time I leave like,
Yeah, she does.
yes, you do. The bridges and stuff, like I'll be like, I can't do that. So you guys please help me with that. But everybody has their own parts.
Yeah.
Like they write their own parts. I don't write anybody's parts but my own. But I'll bring in the lyrics and I'll bring in the idea and the bones, and then we'll go from there. Yeah.
They're not just hired guns.
No.
You guys are
I
doing
couldn't
the damn
afford
thing.
them at all.
Yeah, my songs are composed in kind of the opposite of, because like I'm a multi-instrumentalist, so like I just hear like the whole composition in my head. So I'll just record a whole demo of it, vocals, bass, drums, guitar, like everything. And then when I'm like done with that demo, I'll be like, all right, here you go, guys. Learn this, add some seasoning or your flavor to it, and then here's the song.
Yeah.
It's really interesting how like creativity happens between band members. Like I literally think like the synapses in your brain, like if you think differently and then you try to create it together, like for instance, like me and my drummer, like I'm very much a bassist. I start with a bass line too, but like my drummer be like, I was hearing this like tornado siren, and I'm like, what? Like, but it all like, it's genius too, and we're arriving, it's just, and it's just interesting to hear you say that, like how people can just envision and have like a fully fleshed out concept, and just how sometimes like other people are like fully like rhythm section, and then, but like Room 157 you wrote, correct?
Yeah, I wrote the music
You
for
composed that one.
Yeah.
But it's still being in the Spoonbenders universe, and it's just crazy how you can like start from a different beginning, and then the destination is like, you're in the house, you're in this, you know what I mean? You just entered through a different way, you know?
It's like on the demo for Room 157, like the drums now are better than the demo drums, of course.
Of course, yeah.
It's just, I think it hits a lot harder too.
Yeah.
In Spoonbender's
Guilty.
world.
Sorry.
Definitely.
Last question I'm gonna ask you guys, and then I'll stop torturing you. This is a segment called Mandatory Listening, where I'm going to go around in a circle and ask you guys, you're going to give one homework assignment to the viewers at home. What is one album that they have to listen to from start to finish? We're going to start with Olivia on drums.
Put me on blast. I think if you haven't heard this album, you're already failing your homework. So, but for me, heavy on repeat lately, Ethel Cain, Preacher's Daughter. It's a banger front to back, over and over and over.
Agreed.
Yeah. Laugh, cry, all of it.
All of it. At the same time sometimes.
Yeah, it's the best.
Every emotion.
I have two, but one's an EP, so it's fine, I think. But the first one would be Metal Circus by Husker Du, and then In the Flat Field by Bauhaus. If you want some like crazy lead bass lines, both of those albums have them.
Thank you. I need some lead bass lines.
They're sick.
I eat that shit up.
Same.
I think if you're like a DIY musician or self-recording musician, bedroom pop, wherever, I think you could dial back to Todd Rundgren's as Wizard, A True Star for being a source of inspiration. Like, if you haven't heard that album, it's one of the most insane things, all recorded by him. Like, you have to go listen to it. And then try making your own copy of it, and then maybe realize it's just too good.
Yeah. It's a good one.
Yeah, really good.
I'm gonna say Sparks, the Woofer and Tweeters Clothing. I like the first one. Kimono My House is also sick, but like the first one is so sick. That album has like insane. It's just like it is like an amalgamation of different ideas that you can put into anything, and it's like they're insanely talented, and I loved that lineup too. That was so good. I'm also gonna do one more if that's okay.
Yes,
The Miles Davis like Live Evil, because that one is also like, if you ever wanted to, if you're stuck and you don't know what to do and you want like music to just be like digested in front of you and turned into something so
just
weird,
baby birded,
weird and so good. that album's so good. Yeah, that one.
Amazing.
Done.
Well, it was an honor to have you guys in the studio today.
you.
For having
Stoked
us.
to be here.
It's so cool.
Thank you, internet.
Thank you.
And with that, you guys go ahead and play your last one. Well, that wraps up our live session with Spoonbenders. Thanks again for coming in, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
Thanks.
dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. I want to give a big thank you to the talented people behind the scenes who make this happen. The lighting and camera crew, the sound engineers, and to you guys at home, our viewers. Thank you so much for watching. The session you just heard is available wherever you stream music. Please support the band, follow them on social media, pick up a dang copy of the record, and make sure you see them when they come through your city. From all of us here at the Audiotree Studio, thanks, love you, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks.
Good job, guys.
All right, so you guys want to do it for real now?